Today, I'm going to tell you guys a secret to being truly happy. Sadness, hardship, and feeling like you're drowning and going through a lot of negative emotions happen to the best of us, to the most elite of us in the world. So today, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips in order to be genuinely and consistently happy. If you guys follow these 5 tips in the exact same order I tell you to do so, I promise you guys will be genuinely happy. And being happy opens up new opportunities and new paths in life, and honestly just makes life a lot more enjoyable. Who doesn't want that, right? So you guys are gonna be living a building block type of life. I'll show you what I mean by that here in a second. Okay guys, this step might seem just like common sense and just plain advice, but this step is so important and you need to do it before you do any of the other steps to becoming truly happy. The first thing you need to do is with happiness comes from organization. Organization is what starts the whole snowball and gets everything rolling, right? So you need to first deep clean your entire room. I'm talking clothes hanged up, everything put in the dirty clothes, wash, all this trash and shit on your table, throw it away, deep clean, vacuum, do everything you need to do to make yourself comfortable and just make everything in your life feel organized and in order. And remember, the more organized your room is and the more attuned to your liking it is, the better it's gonna be for you and the happier you'll be. Trust me on this, I know from experience, I know from a lot of other people, and this is the first step. So deep clean your entire room, put on some music, do something about it, and just clean it all. Okay guys, so your next step is to buy one of these bad boys right here. This thing is fucking amazing and I love it, and honestly, like, I give it so much credit, but it really deserves all the credit, honestly. So these whiteboards you can probably find at your local Walmart for like 7 to 10 bucks with dry erase markers included. And what I like to do is I like to number the weeks off. So I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday through Sunday, right? And I have all these little sections like important, you know, all these personal things, sleep, nutrition, all that stuff, right? Goals, fitness. And so I personally like to write every single time I wake up, every single time I go to sleep, whenever I have to go to work, school, whenever I have like a little slot and maybe I'm gonna hang out, have, you know, lunch with a friend, or when I'm just gonna get some studying or, you know, jam out, whatever it is. I write down my whole day, everything included. Sleep is the most important part because, you know, a lot of you out there might be saying like, yeah, but I'm pretty good with my sleep and I have a good circadian rhythm and I get at least 4 or 5 hours a night. Dude, I don't care how good you are with your time. When shit gets haywire and you start getting busy and you have so much going on in your life, you need one of these things. These things are amazing and they honestly saved my life and they're gonna save your life. So step 2, and this is for your happiness, right? So step 2 to becoming the happiest person you could possibly be, right? Genuinely and consistently happy, because that's what matters, is you need to get one of these after you deep clean your room. And I suggest you label it Monday through Sunday. If you go to school, maybe exam dates, you know, if you go to the gym, sleep, all that stuff. But the most important thing, when you wake up, when you sleep, and what you're gonna do throughout the day. Also, another super important tip for this whiteboard is you wanna do the entire whiteboard for the whole week on every single Sunday. You wanna write out your whole schedule, and it just makes you more prepared, more organized, and makes you know what's going on. And what I like to do is I like to take my phone after I make it every Sunday, I snap a quick picture on my phone, right? And I get the whole schedule, so whenever I need to see what I need to do on maybe, you know, it's Tuesday, maybe 2 p.m., I need to look and I'm like, oh, okay, I almost have class and I gotta study for a little bit. And it just makes your life so much easier. You'll be so much more happier. I promise you guys, get this, it's really cheap, and just go on about your life. Okay guys, so step 3 is you need to follow a building block lifestyle. The first thing you need to do in order to tackle this step is you need to first think about your dream you want to have. And with your dream, guys, I don't care how big it is. I don't care if you want to be a singer or an actor in Hollywood, or you want to be the next Hugh Hefner. In fact, the bigger the dream is, actually the better it is, because what's going to happen is you're going to envision your life into building blocks, right? So let's say you got this giant pond, right? And there's kind of stepping stones and you have to play hopscotch a little to get to that end goal. Now that dream you just thought of, whether it be a singer, actor, musician, the bigger the better, whatever it is, that is the end goal, the end block. But the thing is, there's what, like 11 other stones you gotta hopscotch all the way to, and you can only do one stone at a time, right? So you can only hop to one, maybe take a right, then you have to go back, go forward. You kind of get the point. So the thing is, you have to think about your life in this way. And each building block is, you know, it's not a joke. Like maybe one building block is getting your bachelor's degree at ASU or NAU, or maybe some college in the country. The point of this step, guys, is before you get to that end goal and you get to that big result, you have to see all these little goals and you have to complete them step by step by step, because anything in life, especially something that's huge, is a step by step process, right? Having a sense of direction in life and not overwhelming yourself is really key to happiness, and it's also key to not letting yourself fall apart, right? We want to do things right, so we have to start easy and early and build yourself step by step and not take on so many projects at once. Remember, it's like hopscotch in a pond. one block at a time. And what's really important with this is everyone's different. Everyone requires a different time slot, a different path, a different avenue, different ways to get there. So don't pay attention to what anyone else is doing. Don't pay attention to some other Frogger dudes hopscotch, him hopping all the way to over that pond. Maybe he can leap to and go over here. You can't pay attention to any of that, because if you start paying attention to that, it's gonna make you feel insecure, it's gonna make you overthink some things, and it's gonna make you think, wow, I feel worthless. You don't want to think and go down that road. If you want to be consistently and genuinely happy in your life, you have to learn to not give a shit about other people and always put yourself first. All right, guys, we're at my favorite step, step 4. So this is going to be called the circle rule. And it's called the circle rule because I want you to picture there's like a circle in front of you, right? And I want you to divide that circle into 4 pieces. So down this way, down this way. So you got 4 little sections. Now, this circle is your life essentially, and each section represents something of your life. So, okay, think about this. Do you go to work? Do you go to school? Do you, I don't know, have a girlfriend, boyfriend? Something that takes up a lot of energy in your life. Now, let's say you have a boyfriend or girlfriend. That shit takes up a lot of energy, right? So you're gonna fill that circle, one section of it, with a boyfriend, girlfriend. Another section is going to be maybe school, because you have a lot of shit going on. You got tests, you want to get straight A's, a lot of that going, right? Maybe you want to diet and go to the gym and do other stuff. So that's another section. That means you only have one more section that's kind of free. And the reason why it's 4 sections is because I believe you can't exceed more than 4 sections. Because if you do, you're going to end up overwhelmed in life. You're going to feel stressed out, and you're going to feel like you're just can't do anything anymore. You're going to end up getting burnt out, right? So it's so important that you guys don't exceed the 4 section circle rule, okay? I want you to sit down and just, you can write it down. It's important that you write it down. I want you guys to write it down, but just think in your head for a second. What are 4 things in my life that take up a shit ton of my energy and I'm just kind of living for right now? Is it, dating life, school, whatever it is? I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it and really understand, where is your life at right now? What are you giving all your energy towards? I love this rule, and it's so important because honestly, 90% of people out there don't really think about all their energy they're burning off towards other people and wasting and giving away towards useless things. And honestly, here's a pro super tip. I recommend, you remember that whiteboard I just showed you like 10 seconds ago? Draw a circle on your whiteboard and then do the sections on it, and then just write down what you're giving your energy towards. That way you see it every day and it reminds you. And if you wanted to maybe break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, I'm not recommending anything, or if you wanted to have another slot for the gym or something, then you could change it and you could just be more organized with it. And it's a visual help, visual aid. So I recommend doing it. I do it. It's very helpful. Okay guys, the last and final step is to not cloud yourself over something that is out of your control. What do I mean by this? I mean that, let's say you're out in public and you fucking fall in front of a bunch of people, or something tragic happened in your family and it's something that's totally out of your control, something embarrassing, something you feel guilty about. If it's something that you feel bad about and you're stressing over, you have to go to a point where you say, look, there's literally nothing I can do about this. So at the end, it doesn't matter. Like, who gives a shit? There's nothing I can do about it. So if I stress about it and I overthink, it's only gonna hurt myself. So there's literally no point, and it's meaningless to stress about it. You have to tell yourself that whenever a negative situation pops up. Maybe you have a really terrible professor and you're in a situation where you can't get out of the class. Dude, if there's nothing you can do, then you're just gonna have to say, shit, there's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna have to do what I can, because if I worry about it and I start overthinking, it's only gonna hurt myself. Why would I do that? It's meaningless. It doesn't make sense. So what I mean by this is, don't cloud yourself over things that are not in your control. This is super essential, just like all the other steps towards your happiness. And if you want to be consistently and genuinely happy, you have to always reassure and tell yourself that you cannot stress yourself over things that are not in your control. All right, guys, remember these 5 steps and do them in order so that you can have genuine and consistent happiness in your life. All right, guys, let's go ahead and recap. It starts by deep cleaning your room, hang up your clothes, throw all the trash, do all that bullshit. I know it sucks, but you got to do it. You're going to be happy. The reward's worth it. Step 2, then buying and writing on a weekly whiteboard. Super important. Make it organized just like you do with your room, Monday through Sunday. Dry erase markers, write your goals, exams, everything. 3rd step, put your goals into hopscotch building blocks so you don't overwhelm yourself on a grand scale in life and you see big goals in just a building block. It helps so much, and it makes your path in life more clear, more organized. When you have direction, you have organization overall in your life, you're happy, and you're just gonna be more successful in the end. That's the goal, right? Being genuinely happy and successful in the end. Now, step 4, apply the circle rule to protect your energy and so that you don't spread yourself too thin. Super important. You have to know where you're giving your energy towards in this exact moment, because this is how you get super consistent with being productive, with doing things to advance yourself in your life, and towards accomplishing those building block goals. So building block goals with the circle rule, you're unstoppable, bro. You're gonna be amazing. I'm telling you, you're gonna be a beast. You're gonna be the elite of the world. Come on, Bill Gates has nothing on you. So final step, do not cloud yourself over what you cannot control. Self-explanatory, but even like I do it, you know what I mean? Like I do it, my friends do, everybody does it. Nobody's invincible to it. Even the best people in the world, they do it, you know what I mean? I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, nobody out there is perfect. You have to constantly reassure yourself that you cannot stress yourself over situations that are not in your control. And I didn't really write this down, but I guess the sixth step would be to subscribe to the channel for more amazing content like this, to give you guys, you know, more genuine happiness, and just give you guys tips on how to live a better life and be more successful. I mean, who wouldn't want to subscribe to that, right? And that's all I have for today. This was a lot of fun. Be safe.